Good morning. This is Kate Axelson Foster from the Career Center at the University of Maine. And today I'm joined by Chris Johnson and Kate Vancouver, who work at Ironwood, Maine. And they're going to tell us a little bit more about their organization and opportunities. So, whichever one of you would like to start, tell us a little bit more about yourselves. How did you get to Ironwood, Maine? And what's your current role there?
Sure. Chris Johnson. I found myself trying to escape the city of Boston and looking for a different professional role and kind of found Ironwood through that. Both Kate and myself have worked in a variety of modalities in the industry, whether it be recreation or external in experiential education. And I think what makes Ironwood unique is that it kind of combines a lot of different elements of these different programmatic approaches and kind of throws it all in together in this one pretty unique melting pot. So I'm the program director here and directly oversee the residential staffing and day-to-day programming, and then and work as a mediator between the education department and the clinical portion as well.
Thank you. Kate?
Yeah, so I'm Kate Vancouver. My current role is as a behavior specialist and also the administrative assistant for the Lake House, which is more of our young adult program. I got here, I was trying to get back to the East Coast after living in Washington for a little while and was ready to work with kids again after working with plants. And Chris was ready to give me a job, so.
Well, fantastic. Tell us a little bit about how, if at all, this current COVID-19 pandemic is impacting your work.
Sure, yeah. It's been a pretty exciting month for sure. It's given us an opportunity to, I think, really analyze what we're doing and you kind of take a closer look at if certain things are necessary and if there's practices that we could be doing that could be altered, not only in response for the health and safety of our current situation, but also just for long-term operations as well. So that's been really exciting. And then obviously we've had quite a bit of camaraderie and teamwork in an effort to come up with a response plan to best prepare the organization for to keeping staff and students safe. But to also balance out an equal amount of effort into continuing progress with the roughly 50 students that we have on campus. So that's kind of like big picture behind the scenes stuff. Kate, maybe can you talk a little bit about what, if any, impact has taken place from the direct care kind of day-to-day role?
Yeah, definitely. We've really been kind of increasing how much cleaning and disinfecting that we're doing with the students and getting them involved in the process, keeping them informed too as to like why we're doing those things. We also are keeping track more closely of everyone's hygiene habits, hand washing, water consumption, things like that, which I think at first was a little bit overwhelming, but now that people are getting used to it, it's just like becoming part of the flow. And it makes a lot of sense in the long term.
Can you talk a little bit more specifically about the population? You mentioned the 50 students that you have on your campus. So knowing that you're a residential, like a boarding school almost, can you tell us more about how you work with the residents and what kind of professional roles you're recruiting for?
Sure, pretty big questions there. Maybe I'll start with the recruiting process and kind of characteristics that we're looking for. I think another aspect that makes Ironwood unique is kind of the variety of staffing staff that we have. We've got a pretty wide range of ages and backgrounds, experiences, skill sets, certifications, and again, each individual kind of brings to the table a different approach and a different perspective, which makes it a really versatile and strong, team as a whole. And I think really at the root of it all, though, it takes kind of two components. An individual has to be, a positive role model. They have to be, upstanding citizens and have high values and morals, to be eligible to kind of put themselves in this role to lead a young adult onto a better path. And then the second portion would really be, any staff member that's going to be truly successful, and especially sustainable in this role, really has to want to be here to make that positive impact on the young adults. We're certainly not, making a ton of money. It's not an easy job. It's hard to kind of balance out professional and personal life, and it's extremely exhausting, both physically and mentally. So the only people that are going to be successful long term here is someone that can really take pride in the impact that they have on the people they work with.
Excellent. Kate, did you have anything you wanted to add to that?
No, I think that sums it up pretty well. It's just a lot of people, like Chris said, the people that are successful here are the people who really care about the kids, and really feel like they can find the rewarding moments through the harder days.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. So what keeps you working there? Talking about the challenge, I'm sure it's incredibly rewarding too, but the fact that, it may not be the highest paying or most glamorous job, but clearly these young adults are in need of some structure and some people to really invest and care in them and take the time. So, what keeps you motivated sort of day to day? How do you keep your morale up, especially in this kind of challenging time?
For me, I think I've worked in a number of programs where the students I was working with, it was much more short term. And we really here have an opportunity to not only do some of those really cool wilderness things and challenge the students, but we also get to spend a long time with them and witness their growth and help them work through a lot of different things over a longer period of time. And I think that's really the most rewarding aspect for me, is just really getting to dig in.
Great. Thank you for that. Have you all done anything in this challenging time to kind of work differently? Or I know you mentioned that the hygiene, and that's great, and kind of the cleanliness routines have sort of increased their frequency. But what, if anything else, have you tried maybe with the student population or with your staff to kind of keep things, I guess, light if possible?
Yeah, we recently we've been initiated kind of a staff challenge that keeps I guess staff focused on an additional opportunity to kind of be rewarded, but also kind of have an element of an additional challenge and camaraderie and teamwork. So this month is actually kind of is a peer nominated, like who can utilize free time the best. So like the in-between moments with their students. So kind of putting forth the emphasis of staff members to find creative ways to engage the kids, to have some spontaneous fun moments in between school or therapy sessions that really kind of spark that fun and creative opportunity to connect.
Excellent.
And there's a reward at the end for the staff member that it exhibits exceptional qualities, efforts in this area.
Good. That sounds fun. Anything you can do to have celebrate those little bright spots and everything. That's wonderful. Have either of you done anything differently in your personal life or your home life in terms of having to change up a routine, or trying new recipes, or reading new books, or watching something new on Netflix? How are you spending your free time? And do you have anything to offer in that regard?
Sure. I definitely have been taking a lot more time to read and cook, and I'm also trying to sort of reinvest my energy in outdoor activities now that the weather is getting nice. And I'm seriously considering investing in a sea kayak, so that's pretty exciting. But yeah.
Very fun. Well, I hope you get that very soon, because I'm hopeful that it's going to warm up.
Yeah.
How about you, Chris? Anything new you're doing?
Yeah, I'm spending a lot of time building furniture in the shop. So that's been exciting, and kind of invigorating. I also went surfing yesterday, but the waves were pretty brutal. So I think I got more of a boxing match than any waves caught.
Oh, I hope you're not too sore today then. Where did you go surfing, if you don't mind my asking?
Actually down east, so around like Kennebunkport.
Beautiful area. Very fun. Can you remind us where you're located for our viewers?
Sure. Ironwood is located in Morrill, Maine, so it's about 20 minutes, about 10 miles west of Belfast, just off the coast.
Great. Well, thank you both so much for your time. If there's anything else you want to tell our students and our graduates about your organization, how to apply for positions, or just anything for the viewers out there, this would be your chance.
Sure. Yeah. Like I said, we're always looking for great people that can find unique ways to contribute to our program, both in the direct care, but additionally as well. So, it's a pretty unique program. We're on about 400 acres of farmland. So a lot of room to work with a lot of different approaches. We're always looking for good people. So if you're interested and want to know more, you can reach out at any time, and we'd be happy to answer any questions.
Great. I'll include some links below this video to Ironwood, Maine for folks that are interested. And thanks again, both of you, for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.